it, fam. Let's get to it. I'm going to be honest. When I first started this channel, or even had an ideal and a concept of what I wanted to do with this channel, politics was, to be truthfully honest, the furthest thing in the world I really wanted to even bring up. I'm a Christian. I really wanted to try to find some kind of a way to be able to bring Christ to people and to share the experiences of life and the experience of walking with Christ that I have experienced with people, to be able to show people that everything that we have come to know, especially through religion and what religion has taught us, is the furthest thing from the relationship God is actually wanting us to have with the person of Christ, Jesus. But the more and more I keep turning on this camera, the more and more I keep feeling myself being drawn and pulled towards having to defend or give an opinion about politics. I just was upstairs and my 14-year-old daughter came out the room and she's going on upset about somebody who called her out or said something about her political stance. 14 years old. And here's the problem. We have set a horrible example to our children as it pertains to politics. I mean, an absolutely horrible example, because the vast majority of people, and I do mean this, most of the time I exaggerate, but this time I think I'm dead serious. The vast majority of people don't have an opinion about politics. They have an opinion about a person. They have an opinion about a party. You ask them specific policies that they dislike about either candidate, either side of the aisle, regardless, and few of them can tell you the policy that they hate, but they can tell you the character. We talk about people as if we personally know them. I see people talking about the Democrats, the Republicans, as if they know these people personally. You have no idea whether or not that person is a good or a bad person, personally. They might make some dumb decisions. They might say some stuff dumb. They might do some things that you don't like, but you don't know them personally. And the shame of it is we find ourselves so able to judge other people with a standard that is so harsh. But then when it comes to us, we want everybody to be able to look at us and give us the benefit of the doubt, or to tell us that, judge me by the greatest of standards, or I'm a good person, or you being judgmental, or I think you judging me, when a person says something to you. But it's easy for you to talk about somebody else. We hypocrites. That's what we are. We hypocrites. The whole country. I'm a firm believer. The reason why most people hate President Trump, this isn't an endorsement. Listen to what I'm saying. Hear my statement in totality. The reason why we hate President Trump is because President Trump is a reflection of us. If President Trump was not the president and he was just a regular tycoon, millionaire, billionaire, philanthropist person, we would be laughing and giggling at his insane tweets. The problem is we elected him because the reality is he most accurately reflects who we are personally as people. You think I'm lying? Go look at your Facebook post. Go look at your TikTok and your Instagram. Look at how erratic and how judgmental and how off the wall the same stuff that comes out of your mouth sounds. Now ask me if it sounds any different than President Trump. And the part that absolutely infuriates me, about politics is we have the nerve to throw morality into it. No, I mean, I'm not talking about the policies that we voting for are moral or immoral policies. I'm talking about we have the nerve to say that if you vote for this particular party, you're a moral person. If you vote for this party, you're an immoral person. Not the policies, the party. You can't even rationally say, I stand for this particular policy, therefore that's the reason why I voted for this person. You will be berated as being a horrible person, not because you wanted the policy, but because you voted for the person. We have gotten so spoiled in the United States, which maybe I'll go off on this tangent. I really didn't want to right now. I really wanted to talk about where I am and stay on focus. But let me go off on this tangent while I got the thought in my mind. I'm a firm believer America's about to get what it asked for. The Old Testament. The Old Testament. The reason why the Old Testament is so difficult for people to be able to read and understand is because the Old Testament is a reflection of what happens when human beings have the capacity and the power to ask for what they want and demand it. See, if you go back and you read the Old Testament, God was securing people and creating systems that made it safe for the people to live in. If all they did was obey these laws and these rules, they would be safe. They would be provided for. They would be protected. They would be cared for and nurtured. But the people wanted what they wanted so bad that they was willing to rebel against God and tell God, no, God, we don't want your rules and your standards. We want to live the way we want to live. We want to have what we want to have. We want to do what we want to do. We want you to leave us alone. And God gave it to them. And then once they got what they asked for, they realized they didn't really want what they was asking for. No. What they wanted was the freedom and the privilege of being able to have all of these luxuries and live freely, to do whatever all the pagans and everybody else was doing it. But then when that life came to them, when the violence came to them, right? When the war came to them, when the take and the grab and the killing and the everything started coming to them, now they screaming and crying out to God, why hast thou forsaken me? God didn't forsake you. He gave you exactly what you said you wanted, and now you don't like the consequences. That is exactly where America is heading. Let me give an example. Let me make it practical. You ever had a teenager, and as soon as they get a job, as soon as they get a little money in their pocket and they get a car, and now all of a sudden they come into your house and be like, I'm sick of your rules, and I should be able to live however I want to live, and I should be able to do whatever it is that I want to do, and I should be able to get whatever I get. I'm sick of you, and I'm sick of this house, and I'm sick of these rules. Why won't you just understand that I'm grown and I don't need you no more? And then that good parent who's patient and loving says, okay, you don't need me no more. That's fine. Go ahead and do you. Good. I'm so thankful and I'm so glad you'll see I don't need you. And that's all well and good while I want to hang out as late as I want to. I want to be able to go wherever I want to go in my car. And then shortly after that, they come in the house and be like, Mom, I'm out of deodorant. Mom, I'm out of feminine products. Mom, I need some this. Mom, I need some that. And then that mama looks at him and says, oh, no. Go ahead and take care of that. Go get it for yourself. Wait, what? No. You asked to be grown. You asked to be able to have the the privileges, but now you got to handle the responsibility. See, what we're asking for in America is we want the freedom to be no rules, no religion, none of this stuff. Don't tell me about hell. Don't tell me about God. Don't tell me about Jesus. Don't tell me what I can do with my body. Don't tell me what I can't do with this. Don't tell me about that. We want to live free. But what we don't understand is there is people out here, call them radicals, call them extremists, call them, I'm just going to be honest with you, they killers. They are destroyers. They are conquerors. And they are coming. You making all these concessions for people because you don't like Christians and you don't like their rules and you don't like conservatives and you don't realize what you are being shielded and protected from. And the day is going to come when you're going to get exactly what you asked for and you're going to find out you wasn't built for it. You're going to find out, oh yeah, we're free. You can live however you want to. And the extremists is going to come in and you're going to find out they don't like the LGBTQITT plus community. And they're going to start killing them. And you're going to find out that they don't like women getting education and women being able to have a voice and women, and they're going to start killing them. And then you're going to be screaming, oh my God, this isn't fair. We didn't want it. But that's what you asked for. That's what you asked for. See, you think the reason why it is so easy to believe that everything is just, oh, you're exaggerating and everything is because you're still under the protection. See, make no mistake about it. For whatever you like or dislike about America, America has protected its citizens probably better than any other country has had the ability to be able to do. We will go blow some other people up before they ever get here to protect our people. But what you asking for is the American government to leave you alone and let you live and let everybody just live how they want to. And when you ask that, you pull your protection down and now you will be left. Everybody who's asking for ICE and the police and everybody else to leave, few, if any of them, are prepared to have to defend themselves. Few, if any of them, are prepared to have to kill to protect their family. Few, if any of them, are prepared to have to go to war and to fight and to do whatever it takes to keep themselves safe. You hate the rules and the regulations of what is being put on you for your safety. And you want all those rules and regulations to go away. But what goes away with the rules and regulations is the covering and the protection. See, the same people who are egging these people on, just go out here. Yeah, go out and go fight and go riot. Those people are living safe and comfortably in the neighborhood. They never have to worry about the violence. Those people are living safe and comfortably in an environment that's gated and locked up, and you'll get shot before you ever, and they ain't fussing about the people getting shot to keep their neighborhood safe. But they making you feel like you should be protesting this and you should be throwing your life away. You're going to lose the covering. Rules and boundaries was put in place for your protection. A river has banks. And what happens when it floods and the water overflows the banks? It destroys everything. Oceans have seashores. What happens when tsunamis come and the water overflows the shore? It tears stuff up. Those boundaries are there not to harm you, but to protect you. And if you keep fussing and fighting and rebelling and tearing stuff up and yelling and screaming, eventually the boundaries will be removed and you will be left to face the consequences. And it will be in that moment you will realize you really wasn't about the life you was asking for. I told you, man, I hate talking politics. This has gotten horrible. And I mean, you listening to people who will flat out tell you, if my mother and my father don't agree with me on my politics, I will disown them. And here's the part that bothers me. By and large, most average citizens can't tell the difference in their day-to-day life, regardless which president is in office. I'm not talking about the climate of the society. I'm talking, how does it affect your life personally? And yet you willing to destroy every relationship you got. that really shows you how superficial of a society we have become. That relationships and the people that are the closest to you mean absolutely nothing to you if they don't vote the way you vote, or they don't agree with what you agree with, or they don't. So then if that's the case, then do we really want everybody to be free? Do we really want everybody to live like they want to? Or do we just want to control them so that they do what we want them to do? Man, I can stay on this forever. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is just horrible. But I can't stay here, man. I need to talk about Jesus. People need to be saved. And I'm not talking about all saving from hell. That's a whole nother story. Don't get me twisted on that. I'm talking about saved from themselves. We are so lost and so prideful and so heading down a road of destruction that if God doesn't come in and intervene in your life, you will be the cause of your own personal destruction. And you will look back on this life and all of the rioting and all of the protesting and all of the stuff that you felt like was so important. You will be dead and it will be meaningless and the world will go on without you. You personally need to find something that matters so much to you that's worth living for. I'm not talking about rioting and protesting for. I'm talking living for. We got brilliant people out here who could be finding cures for cancer, who could be figuring out how to get fresh and clean water to places, how to be able to. It's people out here who could probably develop the flux capacitor which makes time travel possible. And instead, you out here rioting and protesting over some stuff that ain't even gonna make a difference in the end, no way. Man, I don't want to talk about politics. I want to talk about the one who can really change your life. I want to talk about the one who died to give you a hope in the future. I want to talk about the one who, once you fully have a relationship with Christ, it's nothing like it. That's what I want to talk about. I'm gonna talk about no dang. I feel like your boy on Minister Society. Talk about no dang politics. Talk about no politics. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. That's my 2 cents on the two-piece. Y'all be blessed.
Now you're locked in.